What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day, and I hope everyone had a great weekend and is having a great Monday so far. I know I am. I know we are having a really good weekend, a really good last week, and a great month here on this channel and on the VIP. And we are down to the last game, the Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl happening in 2 weeks from now. It is going to be the Seahawks and the Patriots. So really crazy to say that this season is pretty much almost over. And Seahawks versus Patriots. I did say in yesterday's video I did think it was going to be the Seahawks Patriots, and I also put money on that claim there as well. I actually tripled down on Patriots money line. This was my favorite pick. Honestly, favorite straight bet I would say in the past couple of months, really. I thought this was a super free bet. We have the Broncos facing a backup quarterback. I talked about it seems like for like 15 minutes over the past week in 3 separate videos, right? So I talked about it earlier in the week. I talked about it on a YouTube short that I made that I really liked, and this was my favorite pick of the week. And then I also talked about it in yesterday's video. And again, guys, I didn't take the spread. I took the money line. The spread would not have hit. The money line hit, but I did take the Seahawks spread, and the Seahawks spread did hit, all right? So you got to tell my bets exactly how I play them. There's a reason why I took the Seahawks spread. There's a reason why I took the Patriots money line over the Patriots spread, all right? So tail the bets exactly how I take them. But yeah, these bets did hit, and that's great to see because I actually tripled down on the Patriots money line. Like I said, not only with my my picks that I give out on this channel, but also with my money as well. I actually put 3 units on that play personally. And if you guys don't know about REBET or on ONYX odds, I live in a state like Texas, and we don't have FanDuel or DraftKings, but you can actually bet on things like money lines, like spreads, player props, with parlays, anything you want pretty much on REBET and on ONYX odds, guys. REBET is one of my favorite apps ever, and you can get 2 months free of the VIP for signing up for REBET. All you have to do is put $10 in. You'll get matched on that money, so you'll get matched that $10. So you'll actually start out with $20 on REBET, and you'll obviously get 2 free months of the VIP. You can do the same thing with ONYX odds, and you'll actually get $200 in free bets on ONYX odds, which is absolutely insane. You'll also get 1 month free of the VIP. Here's actually a play that we're going to take in today's video, which I will get to obviously when we get there. And then I do want to talk about the performance of the VIP so far in 2026, guys. We are up 70 units so far in 2026, which is absolutely incredible, right? We still have a couple more days left in January, actually. So if we could make it a 80 unit month, really as it is now, a 70 unit month is absolutely incredible. That means if you're a $10 sports bettor, right? So you put $10 on every single one of my plays so far this year. As you'll see, we've had about 200 plays this year. That's pretty average. We've been 26 days, so I send out about 8 to 10 plays a day. Again, 200 plays over 26 days. That's about 8 to 10 plays a day, as I always say. And if you're a $10 sports bettor, that means you would be up $700 this year, okay? Not just, I don't know, like you would be up $700, guys. Think about that. That is like a lot of money, all right? That is like, groceries plus car bill or something like that. Like that is a lot of money, $700 in just 1 month of the VIP. I also released a 2026 VIP pass where you would get all of my plays for 2026. It was about $350 to $400. I released that early in the year, like the first couple of days of the year. And you guys that are $5 bettors, $10 bettors have already paid that off. So the entire year is house money at this point. You're going to take all my bets. We're going to keep profiting. If you're like, well, I don't know if this guy can keep it up, man. How is he going to keep keeping up 70 units a month? Again, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not going to say we're going to keep up 70 units a month. Right now, we're on track for over 1,000 unit year, which is probably not going to happen. But in 2024, guys, we went up 600 units. As you will see, this is probably 3,000 to 4,000 bets tracked in 2024, and then another 3,000 to 4,000 bets tracked in 2025, where we went up 250 units. All right. So 2 years in a row, we have gone up more than 250 units, and a very consistent line going upwards. As you guys know, there's always ups and downs in this game. You'll even see in 2026 so far, there's been ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. That is how sports betting works, guys. You're never going to win every single day. You need to understand that. That's probably the biggest thing that people struggle with is I'll get people in the VIP. They're super excited. They're like ready to make money, which they are going to make money. And like 12 hours later, they'll text me and we'll maybe miss like 2 entries. And they'll text me and be like, man, I don't think this is for me. I keep losing. I don't know what the problem is. And I'm like, dude, you're 2 entries in to something that you should really, after maybe 300, 400 entries, be texting me and being like, hey, man, this is amazing. Thank you so much for all the profit that we've generated here. But again, to each their own, right? This is not a system for everyone. This system is very deliberate in what I do. And again, we win long term. You'll see the record. We have a ton more losses than wins, right? So get ready to lose when you join the VIP. I want everyone on this video to join the VIP. But again, the VIP is not for everyone because you're not going to be able to stomach some of the losses that we have and some of the lose streaks that we have as well, right? You'll see in this graph, there's ups and downs. There's some really bad loss streaks. And again, you have to stomach some of this. Right now, we're on an insanely good month. We're doing great. And again, hopefully we can continue doing that. So rest of the plays, guys, this was actually right here on this YouTube channel. I believe this was Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. It was whenever that Luka line was out. We took Luka. I think I even said in this video, we got to wait like 3 days for this play to happen. But as you guys will see, this is the number one strategy that I use. It's called correlation, all right? It is as simple as taking guys under together or over together. So if we look at these two picks right here, we have Drake May and Keishawn Butte, and then we have Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, all right? If you guys watch the game, you will see that Matthew Stafford had close to 400 yards. What happens when a quarterback gets 400 yards? His receiver, like Puka Nacua, his number one receiver, is going to get a ton of yards himself. So Puka Nacua had a 44-yard catch. I believe he had over 100 yards in that game. So these guys both went way over together, right? If a quarterback has close to 400 yards, you know his number one receiver is going to absolutely outperform and do amazing. Drake May only had 86 yards in this game. So when a quarterback has 86 yards, again, I'm not saying that Drake May is horrible. Drake May, I think, played a pretty decent game. He didn't really turn the ball over. He had some good, usage of his legs and stuff like that, and it was also snowing in that second half. But he threw the ball 86 yards, right? The fact is the fact. So everyone in this game, literally every single player, every receiver went under, all right? It is honestly physically impossible for any receiver to go over their line when a quarterback throws 86 yards, all right? Not actually physically impossible, but you guys get the gist, right? Stephon Diggs had like 15 yards. Booty had like 6. Hunter Henry had like, 20 or 15, something like that. So everyone went under their lines here because Drake May threw the ball so little. Again, this is extremely correlated together. So I took the unders. Sometimes I'll take the unders. Sometimes I'll take the overs. It's just, how I read into the game and stuff like that. And I'm not coming on here to say that I'm right all the time, right? That's not part of the plan, is being right all the time. What I do know, though, is when the teams underperform, when the throwing underperforms, the quarterbacks are going to underperform with the receivers, and when they overperform, they're going to overperform with the receivers as well. Now, you'll see on the right side of the screen, you're going to see a ton of losses. You're going to see a ton of 0-4s. And 0-4s, I actually love to see 0-4s, right? You'll see a ton of red with this entry, and this entry, all right? So a ton of red over here on the right side of the screen, and I'll explain to you why I love these 0-4s. And it's because they're extremely correlated together, which is our strategy. This is exactly what we do here on this channel, is use correlation to bet. And as you'll see here in Counter-Strike, I took the overs together, but the unders ended up hitting together, okay? So the unders, I should have took the unders together, obviously, but the overs I thought were a good bet at the time. The unders hit together, and then I took the unders in League of Legends here, and the overs these guys went way over together, which is why I always talk about in League of Legends. When you win the game, you likely go over. When you lose the game, you likely go under. I bet that this team was going to lose the game, and they won the game, so they went over their line here, okay? So again, very correlated together. Again, we just bet the wrong side in this one bet, right? And it's not the end of the world, right? As I said, losses happen, and each of these plays here were 8x entries, 9x entries, 10x entries, right? So when you do hit one of these, you get paid out 8x your money, 9x your money, 10x your money. And I talked about this on some of the hits we've had the past couple of days, right? These 10x's like this, right? When you hit this 10x, you're literally paying off 9 other losses, you could think of this as, right? And we've absolutely dominated this whole week. As you guys saw the graph or whatever, of the past month, we've crushed it. If you guys want to track all of your bets, guys, my number one advice, as far as, don't be emotional betting, track all your bets, or follow all my bets to the T, but track all of your bets as well on Pikkit. It's completely free. Again, it's 2026. You need to have other apps on your phone. You need to treat it like a business, and that's meaning not being emotional, as well as taking the smart picks, taking the discounts, and tracking all your bets with something like Pikkit, all right? So my code will be down in the description, my link down in the description, and you guys can sign up for Pikkit to track all your bets. It is extremely simple. You can probably get this set up in under 5 minutes, and literally the rest of the year track all your bets. I do also want to say before I get into the first pick and why I like it, Nico Collins signed jersey giveaway. Like, comment, subscribe on today's video for that. And again, we did cash on the REBET play. We cashed on the ONYX play. We cashed on the Luka play that I also gave out on Wednesday, right, guys? So First pick of the day, we have Andre Drummond in the NBA to go under 8.5 points. This is going to be that Hornets in 76ers game. So this game is happening in the next couple of hours. There is some NBA games happening early today, all right? So get this pick in as soon as possible. I like it on ONYX odds. You can also take it on REBET. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you have at least one of these two apps. If you can get both of these apps, then that's great, and do that. But at least have one of these apps, because this opens up a whole nother side of sports betting, especially if you're in states like me, like Texas or Florida or California, and states like this. And you'll see here's the states that these are the states that REBET is open in as well. So most of the country, right? This opens up spreads, money lines, and futures bets, stuff like that, right? That we can bet on if a team's going to win or lose. Now, for example, this isn't actually a play like that, but I can bet on this without it being a parlay. So with PrizePicks, you have to bet a 2-man, a 3-man, a 4-man, etc. With ONYX odds, you can just take one pick, straight money. Is he going to hit it or not? And you can get paid out based on that, okay? So this opens up a whole new side of the coin for sports betting. And again, I'm just saying you need to add these tools to your arsenal, right? So get ONYX odds. On top of all that, you'll get a free $200 to bet with, okay? So completely free money there. The next thing that is completely free money is Chalkboard, all right? And I do want to show you guys Chalkboard. And, I wanted to honestly take like a little video, like a screen recording on my phone, scrolling down on Chalkboard. But you just have to trust me here. This is me scrolling down into 2 bets, and then I scroll to the next 2 bets, right? So I'm scrolling, and then I'm scrolling, and I'm scrolling, and it's kind of going like you would read a book pretty much. But the fact of the matter is, guys, we've just been absolutely dominating on Chalkboard, and I kind of call it our Chipotle fund, because I think the max bet for a lot of you guys is probably $5 to $10, but these are all 3x entries, all right? So if you hit a 3-man for a $5 bet, that's still $15, right? If you hit a 3-man for a $10 bet, that's still $30, right? So at the end of the day, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, because you're just taking like a couple of bets on Chalkboard a day, but you can buy your lunch with that, buy your dinner with that, right? And again, if you make $30 a day or $20 a day, $15 a day, over the course of a month, that might be a couple $100 that you can put towards something. You can build your bankroll up with that, and at the end of the year, you might have $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in Chalkboard that you can, I don't know, go buy Christmas gifts with, go pay off some, bill that you have or something like that, right? And this is like the main thing that I want to talk about sports betting, is you can make a legitimate side hustle income with sports betting, right? This is what I want everyone to do on this channel that is watching this right now. Even if you're starting with $2 bets, with $3 bets, right? Eventually you're going to bump up to $5 bets, to $7 bets, to $10 bets, $15 bets, and then you'll be in the position where you're making multiple thousands of dollars a month sports betting. You can pay off different things. I had a comment the other day, I showed it, where someone paid off their bathroom remodel with sports betting. Absolutely insane stuff, right? You can do this in 2026. As you'll see, crushing it on Chalkboard. The reason why, guys, is they're giving out a 0.5 discount literally every day. They've done this every single day so far of the year on Chalkboard. Another one today with Luka 0.5 points. Obviously, this is going to hit. He's going to get 1 point. This is like completely free, all right? So all we need is Musa Diaby to go under 9.5 rebounds, right? So this is the play of the day on Chalkboard. Again, this is happening at 2 p.m. The next play that I have is actually happening later today at like 7. It's going to be with LeBron, so he's playing later tonight. But take this pick, guys, completely free entry. We're going to take him under 9.5 rebounds. I also want to say with these Chalkboard plays, these have all been right here on this channel for the most, I'm pretty sure, right? For the most part, at least, they have all been right here on this channel. You guys can get them completely free every single day. So again, leave a like for that on this channel. You guys can also sign up for Kalshi. You guys can also sign up for Underdog Fantasy. So I have a ton of apps you guys can get in for and get a month free of the VIP. So who does not like that? All right, final pick of today's video is going to be League of Legends and NBA 2-man on PrizePicks, guys. Grizzly under 5.5 kills. I would not be surprised if this bumps down to 5 or 4.5 by the end of the day, so go ahead and take it at 5.5 while you can. I honestly kind of like it at 5 as well, which I don't say very often. I normally like to take these lines right as how they are, but I like it at 5.5. I like it at 5. He's probably going to get O2'd, so his team UP is not very good. You'll see he's on the team UP, and they're facing LNG, which is a decent team, but UP is one of the worst teams in this league. So his team is probably going to get O2'd. And as I say in League of Legends, guys, when you lose the game, you're not getting many kills. When you win the game, you do get a ton of kills, which is exactly why I take guys over together, under together on the same team. Because, for example, this fly team, this green team right here, I took their unders, but I should have took their overs because they won the game. So these guys went way over together because they won the game, right? It's like any video game. When you're winning, you're going to get a lot of stats, you're going to get a lot of kills, whatever it is in that video game, and you're going to get a lot of stuff going on for you and your other team members, okay? So in this case, I'm thinking he's probably going to lose, so I'm taking him under, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm taking LeBron James to go over 6 rebounds, all right? Really simple line here. I think it should be 6.5. If it does bump to 6.5, I probably wouldn't take it anymore, okay? So I think he probably gets 6, 7, or 8 rebounds in this game. If it gets 6, then we push, and that would be good. If he bumps up to 6.5, and then you pretty much wouldn't push at 6 anymore, and the play is not as good, all right? So try to take these lines as fast as possible. Again, I would also recommend turning on post notifications on this channel so you can get here right away. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we've continued crushing it this month. I think ultimately, like if you go in the past 24 hours of what I've tracked on Pikkit, you'll see like right here pretty much, we're down like 2 units in the past 24 hours. But honestly, it feels completely fine. Like it feels great, right? We had a lot of 0 and 4s. We had some 3-mans and stuff like that hit in League of Legends, in the NFL yesterday. And then we also had some pretty close calls like with Sutton and Stidham, as you'll see, very correlated together. Also, this one was a very close call in Counter-Strike and stuff, and we also hit on REBET and stuff like that. So doing amazingly well. Again, we're going to sprinkle in some days of losses. You'd expect to sprinkle in some days of losses, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. It's been an awesome NFL and college football season, but we're going to continue crushing it in NBA, in eSports, in hockey, in soccer, all of these different apps that we will continue to bet with. If you look at last summer, it was pretty much, March to, let's just say, August or something like that. We had one of our best stretches last year was actually in these kind of spring and summer months out of football season, right? So again, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.